some video on this. More. And I'm going to show you a couple videos and I'll come back with my commentary.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Done. A few days ago, I believe Dr. Umar Johnson showed up to Little Yachty's podcast, which I felt was very interesting. The podcast is called A Safe Place Podcast. Kudos to whoever made up that name. I mean, you really thought about that, but I'm being facetious. So that's what he wanted to call the podcast. God bless you. A safe space. Now let's deal with Dr. Umar Johnson in this school. Dr. Umar Johnson felt that black people were not giving him enough money a few years back to make this school. I want to go ahead on and play that clip, and then I'm going to come back.
I'm gracious, but I'm not content. Because I know y'all got a lot more to give me than some $250,000. When Darren Wilson killed Michael Brown, white folks gave him $300,000 in 3 weeks for his defense. And Dr. Umar Johnson is trying to build a state-of-the-art school for black boys that y'all all know I need. And after 6 months, I only got $250,000.
So now, what I'd like to do is I want to discuss, if it is all possible, Dr. Umar Johnson talking about this new school he's going to build and how important he is to black America. Let's play the clip.
One of my major haters wanted to be a life coach, wanted to be a psychologist, wanted to be a public speaker. Didn't work out for them. If you study a lot of my haters, they wanted to be in or are in the mental health field, but they're not doctors of clinical psychology as I am. So a lot of it is jealousy and envy. And to be honest with you, I've been so consistent in my work that I think our people can see through it now. Because I ain't been around 1 or 2 years, right? You take you as an artist, right? When Little Yachty first popped off, that first single, that first album pop, a lot of people said he just the one-hit wonder. You feel me? But once they saw your longevity, they had to back off. It's the same thing with me. Once they see, nah, this brother been saving kids for 20 years. Even it's like this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? And here's the bigger thing. The school about to open this shit. So I ain't got to argue with nobody. Because once them doors open and people walking in and see that this wasn't no scam, case closed.
Because that's what I was going to say. Like a lot of people be saying, like what stuff I be saying, it'd be like, Dr. Umar, he just talk about like helping black people and shit, but there's no proof of him like actually helping the black community.
And this is what I want you to ask them. Who has saved more black boys from the school to prison pipeline walking this planet Earth than Dr. Umar? I want you to ask them. Who has educated more black parents about mental health and education in this country so they can walk into these meetings and defend their children from these unfair learning disability and ADHD accusations? Who has saved more black boys from being drugged on Ritalin and Adderall and Concerta and Cycler and Meditate? There's no black psychologist.
So, let me deal with this. Again, I don't want to be mean, but I'm going to talk about this in the best way possible. Dr. Umar Johnson, in my honest opinion, lives in a world largely in which I feel does not exist. This is not just him. Many people in the pro-black sector, the Back to Africa sector, the black community at large, they live life in a delusional city called nobody knows. Because there is no way that somebody can be this stupid and this facetious and dumb to think the black community supports him after all of these years in which he has not delivered upon what he said he would. Now he's saying, well, when I get my school out this year, then they're gonna finally realize what I got going on here. He made also another point that he's saved more black boys, which that cannot be confirmed or denied.
Right.
What can be confirmed or denied is that you didn't do what you said after asking for money, after not looking at any level of accountability, after knowing that you're not somebody who's serious. We're not dealing with your level of. That's the problem. And all of those who support Dr. Umar Johnson continue to make him just as unaccountable and a little immature boy as he's always been. Dr. Umar Johnson is immature like a little boy. He's more immature than those boys he's supposed to be helping. It's something that we don't want to deal with this brother. But this brother is a damn near 50-year-old child who can express himself in ways that many of us cannot regarding our issues. But nonetheless, not a man. He's not a man. He's a big boy, not a man. And when it comes to the level of unaccountability and being irresponsible, of being a flat-out liar, nobody is better than this guy. And blaming the people and believing that the people somehow, some way feel that they now believe you because of all of your work. No, your hardcore fans look at you in that way.
Right.
The people who are stupid enough to continue to support you may see you like that.
Right.
The people who come up and show up to your lectures feel like that. But oh boy, have you lost so much support. And the reason why you lost some support is not because people are hating on you. That's the immature thing to say. Somebody's hating on you. I've always heard this, people jealous of me, that's what they're hating on. And some people can be jealous of Dr. Umar. That is, it can be true indeed. But the reality is that when you're terrible, when you're a liar, when you're a crook, when you're not being truthful about who you are, this is the situation that we're talking about. And see, this is what black men pull out those stops on Dr. Umar. Okay? This is what Dr. Umar does, and he largely can't deal with these arguments. And then once you deal with those arguments, people want to be upset. And what is there to be upset about? Outside of the fact that you just didn't do what you're talking about. Outside of the fact that you didn't deliver on what you said you would. Outside of the fact that largely you are a joke because you are based on your own actions. It has nothing to do with people not believing you and you just talking about all of this. No, deal with what the people are talking about. The people are not lying. I remember when Dr. Umar Johnson was hot as fish grease in June of 2015, when I came into the knowledge of who Dr. Umar Johnson was. Okay? When I came into the knowledge of who Dr. Umar Johnson was, I said, wow, this is a very powerful brother. Then there was the conscious stripper debacle. And I was like, oh my goodness, here we go with with this brother. I hope that this is this is not true. So then it came to his own level of responsibility as to how he would respond to it. And the first thing that he said was he was celibate. He first said he didn't know the lady or that he didn't do what she said he did. That was more or less a thing like that.
The conscious
lady's
stripper.
lying, it didn't happen. Then it went from there to, okay, it did happen, and she's a hater, and he went and started castigating the lady for exposing her. Then he went and said that I've lost a big donation over this lady, which that told me already what kind of man he was going to be. So you're blaming this lady after you slept with her, and she exposed you for who you are. Now, you absolve yourself. Here comes the particular brothers during that time. Well, he's a single man. He's a single man. Well, I don't know why he can't do what he's going to do. But it's not the fact that he's a single man or not, but it's the fact that he said he was celibate, right? So once we got to know that's who he was, okay? Once we got to find out that's who he was, then we understood, quite frankly, that this was an issue with the guy. This was a guy that was a beta male boy, no matter how much he wolfed and talked tough. So guys, it's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. The episode of Celebrity.
At all, considering taking the LSAT this coming spring. I'm thinking about going back to law school with a little bit of time I got. Even though I'm working on FDMG,
Here go the goddamn law scam again. Man. This be some boy. You didn't know? The people gotta fund him going to school. The people gotta fund the insurance money for the vacant properties up there. They gotta pay for him to go to school. Boy, this is some shit right here, boy.
Really thinking about going to law school. I just came across my email the other day. I might got to get to law school so I can actually go with y'all into the courtroom to fight some of these cases.
What?
But
I think you really have a lot of cases. A lot of parents are really scared to come forward to first try to find attorneys because no attorney is willing to help us at all.
yeah, you got a few white ones, but it's only a few, and some of them will scam you behind your back and make a deal with the district. But the good news is you can fight most IEP issues on your own without a lawyer. Most IEP issues you can fight on your own without a lawyer. So what's the issue you're having?
Well, with my niece, my sister died 8 years ago. We take care.
Dude, Elijah, we've already done the full breakdown of the FDMG congregation, and we've shown how when he goes to like those bookstores, those are events. But when he goes to the churches and those type of events, it's like, I don't know if you grew up in church, but Missionary Baptist Church, you had a choir, and you had a regular church service, then you had a dinner, the evening dinner, and then you had a second service. And that's the feel I get when I watch Umar. He'll dress up in those dashiki type gowns, his preacher outfit, and they conduct the actual church service. They have the announcements. It's usually 3 or 4 djembe players, and they singing songs. The altar call, like we would have altar call for the sick and shut in church. They pour the libations when it comes to their altar call and shouting out the names of the ancestors, and it's the same thing. And when you see his security detail and all that, that's so nobody in the crowd trying to run up on him. But they have like that church service, they Pan-African like church services. And FDMG is supposed to be a school where they educate their children. Just it's Jim Jones to the T. That's why we watched the Jim Jones movie. And it had just so happened that Umar wound up going live during that same time. So it was perfect. And during the movie, you heard about all the different non-profit organizations that they were starting just so they could take care of and fund all these other programs they had, and how Jim Jones had these different classes and whatnot that they were offering up at the People's Temple. That's what Umar Johnson gets his. Man, dude, you'll be amazed.
Her daughter.
You'll be amazed.
The pride starts in elementary part. The pride would sit in the classroom all day. One class not being mainstream to other classes.
And believe it or not, Black Hood, I took a lot of our videos down just so that I can try to keep us in the algorithm. But a lot of those live streams I did take down, but I still have them. And that Jim Jones live stream, man, it was so many people that when you start talking like that, they automatically think about what happened at the end, when it was they all drunk the Kool-Aid. And they was like, you should be ashamed of yourself trying to compare Umar Johnson to that. And that's not what I'm comparing him to. But you can't deny, man, you cannot deny. Once you look at the Jim Jones and look at all the stuff they were doing, man, he doing the same. It's the same blueprint all the way. He said it's called the FDMG Village, where they was supposed to go over to Africa and buy some property and land. He was like, you could join the FDMG Village. It was ever, a group that you want to live together, eat together, and y'all get education together. And y'all better start listening to what he's saying. I'm telling you, this man got a full blown.
I'm not teaching her anything.
What grade is she in?
Well, now she's 16.
Wait a minute, time out. I don't know if this is the real propane or I don't know if this is the propane, Oaklane, troll.
Bruh.
We don't know. So shout out to propane, Oaklane, either way.
Is she doing well now, or she still got problems from all that?
She still have problems from the previous school, which is West Bloomfield, Michigan school.
Okay, what is
Alright, I
her
see you,
disability?
Shout out to
Her
propane.
learning disability. She has just learning problem. No behavior, just learning.
Okay, in which areas?
Reading and math, English, all of them.
Okay, it shouldn't be all of them, because no child is disabled in everything. But let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
When is the last time she was evaluated? You got to get reevaluated every 3 years. Do we know what grade she went into special ed initially?
It was kindergarten.
She went into special ed in kindergarten?
Yes. Yes.
For what? That's,
What they did was the first year when she went to preschool, they put her in kindergarten, and they held her back and put her back in preschool. She's been held back ever since. And she's trying to really catch up because she has not caught up yet.
how many of the evaluations that she has do you have a copy of? You get reevaluated every 3 years. So if she was put in special ed in kindergarten, that means she was reevaluated in the 3rd, reevaluated in the 6th, reevaluated in the 9th. So there should be 4 evaluations. Do you have those?
I have most of her paperwork. Like I said, we took over the case with my sister Pat. It was back in 2015 when my sister did pass. We did a lot of paperwork.
Okay, so this is what all I need is the evals. I don't need anything else. So I need you to find those 4 evaluations that were done on her. Once you get those 4 evaluations, we can schedule a consultation because I can go through them and kind of recreate the timeline of what happened. And she should have had another one. You said she's in the 11th now?
She's in 10th grade.
She's in the 10th, so she should have had another reeval last year. Did she get that reeval last year?
No, she did not.
Which means they broke the law right there. I need you to get them evals together and email them over.
Everybody
my
break
email
the
address.
law. Everybody break the
Write
law.
this down. Hold on a second. Email address right here.
Boy,
DRUMARJOHNSON
Okay.
at yahoo.com.
And yahoo.com.
Yeah, get those digitized, scanned in. You can do that, anywhere. Kinko's office, Max, scan them in and email them to me. And I charge $75 if we do the consult by phone, or $100 if you want to do FaceTime or Zoom.
Okay, it will be fine.
Okay, so let me know once you had it. Just once you email it, text me, Queen, and let me know you sent them, and we'll set it up.
I sure will.
All right, Queen, I appreciate it.
I'll see you there.
Yes,
hear
ma'am.
a success story.
All right now, God bless.
We have yet to hear one.
I need y'all to stop with this kindergarten special ed stuff. How many times I got to tell you? What's with this kindergarten first grade special ed? What is with this kindergarten first grade special ed stuff? What is with this kindergarten first grade IEP? What are y'all doing?
Boy, your head shaped like a Pan-African pineapple. Alright, man, I'm tired of dealing with this foolery, man. Tired of hearing this stupid shit. It's sad, y'all. It's sad. It's sad. It's sad. $75 for him to make a best guess regarding your child's future. What a bargain. Listen, he finna have some people messed all the way up. Jay the Emperor said it best, man. We very well could be looking at the things he was saying, and they got him caught up at Capra Charter School when he was doing those evals and was getting them wrong. Don't make no sense. But I really wanted y'all to hear. Listen, it was one of them phone calls. The child speaks Spanish. They speak both, so the child is really bilingual. He called it dual language because he didn't know how to say bilingual or what bilingual is. But the child's father is a black Latino, according to what the mom said, and that they would speak to the child in Spanish and in English. We did that with Jackson. he learned how to speak some words in Spanish, and he was being talked to in English. And the reason why is because the neighbor at the time, she was bilingual. She learned how to speak Spanish, working at Taco Bell and just working with her crew. She learned how to speak fluently. So whenever she would watch Jackson, just like she would speak to her child in English, Spanish, same thing. This fool got on the phone and kept saying, so he's learning to speak Mexican. I'm like, bro, Mexican is not a language. And it got to the point where the lady, because he asked, he was like, okay, so what language do they speak? He said Spanish. Don't you know this fool Googled it to make sure she was right? Because he didn't know that Mexicans speak Spanish. Think I'm lying? All you got to do is head on over to Umar Johnson's Instagram, where you will see all 3 of the live streams plus the one video that he made about FDMG, the window being broken. Shout out to Instagram for taking away all the functions, so you can't rewind and fast forward and play in double speed. That sucks. I really wish they would have done that. But make sure you hit the like button, family. Again, you need to speak to your child's guidance counselors. You need to speak to people within your own city and state and learn about the laws when it comes to your child's education, because the laws are not the same in each city and state.
Very true. Just
like insurance. Though I'm licensed, or I was licensed at the time in 12 states, the laws for insurance are pretty much similar, but they differ when it comes to certain cities and states. And it's the same thing with your child's education. This man is telling you what he knows, chances are, from Philadelphia and the way the education was set up back then. This man has not been in the educational institution for well over a decade. Well over a decade. And you gotta be in a really bad place if your first thought is, let me call Umar Johnson, he can help me. You have yet to hear a success story from one of these parents reaching out to Umar. He's looking at this child's evaluation of whatever the case may be, and he was able to help turn around this situation. You ain't heard it. You ain't heard it, you ain't heard it, you ain't heard it, and you ain't going to. So you better be careful calling in to these parent telebabble conferences.
Now, let's evaluate his character when it comes to this topic.
You're finally ready to launch your dream business as an LLC or limited liability.
So here we have a dude over here who's talking to Pookie Johnson, Umar Johnson, right? About things going on in that rap community, right? That they call the black community, but it's not. There's no black men there. Males, yeah, but not men. But he doesn't know that this dude has a Becky girlfriend in the back. He doesn't know, in the back room, and she's listening in on the conversation. So watch this.
Wife, I'm providing. You see this house, and God is blessing me. God is blessing me, and it's like she is out the club. She can ask her friends. Like she, have you seen that?
That's his girlfriend.
I've heard that Ice Spice. What is that? Ice Spice? I get you.
What you said? Pose?
Yeah, it's a pose.
What is it?
I'm gonna show you.
See, this expert. What is it?
I mean, Can you turn this on? Oh, I'm gonna do it. Yeah, okay, all right. Okay, so the ice, that type of part. No, I know. But the ice ice pool, basically, she's bending over. And my girl is, I take care of her, I get her Prada bag, I get her Chanel, and she's in the club. And the thing that pisses me off the most, and the reason why.
So you a simp. Telling you, man, these young dudes, man, no fathers in the home. None. Simps. Prada bag, Chanel for what? That's not even your wife. You black man, you shouldn't do that for your wife. You shouldn't do that for your wife. Get her a regular bag. What she needs, Chanel or Prada, whatever. What she need that for? Get her a regular bag. Why spend all that money on something that she's going to tear up and not care about in a year? 6 months to a year, she's not going to care about the bag. She's going to look for you to buy another bag. Thousands of dollars down the drain. Boy, let's go.
So I'm like, okay, how long have y'all been together? 9 months. I've been together now.
9 months. Simp. 9 months. And you already, yeah, let's go.
Press your disagreement with her public behavior. 1,000%. Had to change that on. Slightly, but it's taking a step back. She's on the club weekly. But the thing that's throwing me off right now is 2 weeks ago, she with my friend, and my friends can't hang out. My girlfriend and my friend can't hang out. And he wasn't with this, but she started doing the ice spice pose on him. Let me ask you a question. How can you or why have it?
I never seen this video. So, I don't know, is he telling the truth or he's trolling? Because what are you doing with her? This is my first time seeing, I don't know, is he trolling?
Being the proud Christian brother that you are, why haven't you given her an ultimatum? Because I'm trying to save her. And like I said, she's a big fan of me. Are you trying to save her or are you addicted to that booty yourself? Oh, brother, Dr. Umar, come on now. Come on, let's get on. Say one. Okay. If you are as committed to your faith as you claim, how is it that you spent almost a year with a woman who doesn't sound like she's the least bit interested? No, she's very interested in Christ and everything. Everyone has their bad habits. And she that's not a habit, bro. That's a lifestyle. I heard before, she was like definitely wrapping it up. She's going
I'm going to show you two versions of what really happened behind this video.
Look how you looking at him.
I'm going to show you another video with this. It was all action.
Trolling him, man. I think he's trolling him, man. I really do. I think he's trolling him.
I see. But why are you attracted to that type of? Honestly, I want to deal with you more than her because we can't. She's a big fan of you, by the way. And I appreciate my sister. And I'm gonna give her 40 lashes for doing the ice spice. But listen.
Appreciate my sister.
What do you mean lashes? Is that whoosh? Metaphorically, not. Yeah, I know, we know. Well, because my girl, she has a percentage of wait, stop. Major, please. You just said my woman got a percentage of black. 100%. What'd you say? Wait. Slid something in on. Okay. First of all, mixed race African is still African. Yeah. I believe in a one black parent rule. If you got one black parent and you psychologically identify as African, you one of us. She's 100% psychological. But you said she has some black. I don't know what the percentage is. Well, we need to know what that percentage is. As a matter of fact, because if she got 1% black, she ain't black. Baby, can you come here? She's in the building today. Okay. I'm gonna introduce her. What is her ethnicity? What's the other ethnicity? What is it? The mother is what and the father is what? Okay, the reason I'm having a worst nightmare. No, likewise. No others, please. Okay. Conversation.
Yeah, so, come on, we got cozy now, brother. Come on. So, I was telling Mom, my issue with you is that you be in the club. You talked about, I don't know, term of swapping or switching partners one time. Like, I just feel like you should be more loyal to me.
But I just feel like I'm more happy whenever I'm out there.
So, but you said several times that I make you happy.
Yeah, you do make me happy. But I would be happier if we had an open relationship.
That's my problem, Umar.
I have a question, young lady. Your name?
Tori.
Pleased to meet you, Tori. What is your ethnicity, Tori?
I'm white.
Okay.
Yeah,
What are the What are the if you don't mind me asking, your father's ethnicity and your mother's ethnicity?
My dad is, I think, European.
Italian, Greek,
I think
Irish. Okay, maybe Polish. Your father and your mother is.
I don't know.
Okay, definitely Caucasian.
But here's the thing, Umar. Look at my.
Since you had a percentage
Look
of
at my
black.
background. Look at my background. I got this woman on my background.
Have you ever done any DNA testing to ascertain genetic?
Yeah, you trolling him. You trolling him. He's trying to talk. I guess he's making up these things that his girlfriend is doing. Oh, I don't care about that. This is all performative, and he's performing right now. I need you to understand that he's performing. He's performing for Keisha. This is the reason why Keisha still send him cash apps and PayPals, is because he's out here pandering. This is all performative. We know he doesn't act like that when Becky's are around him. He's been exposed already. When he sees Becky's out in the street, what was it? Was it a phone store somewhere where he saw Becky
Hey, she was Persian.
energy.
She was Persian.
This is all performative for Keisha. But it's funny. It is hilarious because he thought it was.
She's Persian.
He thought it was a Keisha in the back.
No, but my mom has. I just don't know what the results were.
Okay.
But there was evidence.
Okay. But your mother, if I saw her, would clearly appear to me as a Caucasian.
The shots wide. Can we get closer? Come.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Tori.
Okay. Yeah.
I would disagree with him being with you. Not because I have an issue with you as a human being, I want you to understand, but because I have an issue with him as a black man who I feel should have chosen a sister out of loyalty to the community.
But she's like a sister.
So it's not a dismissal of you. You understand me? It's a loyalty to us that I think a lot of black men take him. He's a successful young brother, doing very well for himself, and instead of getting a sister, he gets a Caucasian woman. And that represents a significant contradiction for me as a Pan-Africanist and someone who is trying to build my people.
The most important thing to me is I want to get your advice because I think that you have a genuine understanding of
All right, so I'm gonna take that simp comment. Like I said, it's the first time. I'm not saying he's not a simp. I'm just saying I thought he was actually telling.
This was really happening.
Do you take face-to-face payments?
This will
You
really
need a
happen.
POS system. Here's why. An electronic point of sale system.
Dr. Umar is one of the most controversial figures in internet history.
When you marry a white woman, you are investing in white supremacy.
Correct.
But I would say, listen, your wife is white. So we're going to stop the black talk right there. Love you, but you are no use to me with that white woman on your arm, brother.
He prides himself on being a Pan-African and believing that black people should only date black people. Today, I'm going to prank Dr. Umar into meeting my fake white girlfriend. But first, let me tell you the story about how we got here. I was in the middle of shooting my Apple Vision Pro video when I got a call. Yo, you know Dr. Umar's in town, right? Really? Yeah. Here I am waiting patiently in line for Dr. Umar. I'll be honest, this guy knows how to draw a crowd. I waited in line for well over an hour, And the moment finally came.
You know who you remind me of a little bit? The way you dress. M'Baku from the Wakanda. Same haircut. He got the same haircut.
The audio was absolutely abysmal, but basically I asked him for an interview, and he told me that he couldn't do it because he had another one to do that day.
So shoot me a text. Okay. Supposed to come back Friday and Saturday. Got it. You feel me? Yeah, I got you. Text me so I don't forget. Thank you.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect to actually hear back from him, but after a month of going back and forth, he finally told me he was back in Atlanta and ready to do the interview. But now the only problem is, I don't actually have a white girlfriend. Okay, alright y'all, so now I'm here with, what's your name again?
Tori.
I'm here with Tori, and now we have to go fake look like we're a couple, like a happy couple, which, I'm not that excited about, because, like, I'm in a real relationship, but, I gotta make this YouTube video, so yeah. Anyways, let's do it. Tori's gonna be helping me prank Dr. Umar into thinking I have a white girlfriend. We're gonna be taking some pictures so it looks like we've known each other for a long time, and then we're gonna plan an argument in front of him. We have to look it up on Pinterest to find some inspiration, so we're gonna do, you know that couple post where you're, like, walking, like, and you're leaning behind me, I'm like, okay, we're gonna do that. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah. Now we're going over what roles she should play. The plan is to tell Dr. Umar that I'm having relationship problems because my girlfriend wants an open relationship, but little does he know, when she gets out here, she's gonna be Caucasian, and I'm gonna have her say this to him. What do you want her to say in this situation? I think Dr. Umar should join us one time.
This thing is gonna get up to leave.
With only a few minutes left until Dr. Umar arrives, we have a full plan ready to execute.
Dr. Umar, what's up, man?
Likewise.
Man, how's life been for you?
Life been great. I can't complain. Always ready for revolution.
Hey man, I can never go a day without seeing you on the internet. So. I mean you're doing something right. I want to go ahead and show you around my humble house real quick.
Nice.
Thank you so much. You got the city of Atlanta behind us. You play basketball at all?
Yeah, I wasn't good though. They made me play because I was tall.
Hey, we need to see at least one jump shot.
One jump shot.
One jump shot. Come on now. We gotta get at least one from you. All right, know what color it is. I don't know water.
I'm going to the foul line.
I heard you. Okay, I'm scooting in a
They
bit.
got me on camera. They gonna talk about.
Oh, no.
Let me see.
Give him a break. The ball's flat.
Oh! I thought I hit it. I thought I hit the ball, but okay. Water. Oh!
Yes! That's what we're doing! Hey, now you open up. All right. Let's go ahead and go through the crib real quick. Man, oh man, what a blessing, what a moment. My brother, Dr. Umar, man. How you doing, man?
How's everything?
Man, everything's going great. I can't complain, man. Like I said, I can't go a day without seeing your content on the internet. So that means you're doing something good. Like, honestly, like, I'm trying to get like that, honestly. So I guess, just for the average viewer, can you tell people a little bit more about who you are?
Sure. Dr. Umar Ifatunde. I'm a certified school psychologist. I'm a doctor of clinical psychology. I'm a therapist. I am a parent advocate. I am a Pan-Africanist, which is probably the most important hat that I wear. I'm author of 2 books, Psychoacademic Black Parent Advocate.
Where can we find it? Amazon?
DrUmarJohnson.com.
Okay, so he got his own website. Okay, my fault.
Private publisher, independent. I'm currently working on finishing up an independent school, Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy, based in Wilmington, Delaware. We got a paper date coming up in about 2
13
weeks.
years.
And then we should almost be ready to apply for our inspection. Hopefully we pass the inspection and we'll have a grand opening celebration for the community sometime at the end of the summer.
That's a beautiful thing. I open up a school. I always give any respect to someone open up a school because you're prioritizing the kids.
Yes, sir. We're doing it independently.
That's even harder. It's not public. Okay, wow. No, I like the stuff you do because it's about Black excellence. And my group, like I said, not only are we the #1 content group in America, I mean the #1 Black group, but #1 content group in general. Black, white, Hispanic. So we really are about Black excellence, and that was one of the goals when we started this group. It's called AMP. We're about maybe 5 or 6 million subscribers. That was one of the goals is showing people, hey, you don't gotta be outside with the stick, you don't gotta be outside with the tool, you don't gotta be outside with the Draco, with the 9, with the 40, with the 50, with the 60, with the 70 cal. You can pick up a camera and vlog. Yeah, you can get in the camera, you can get sturdy. You can do 20 V1s and tell women, hey, hit a 360 for me real quick. And like, see if she's thinking about, like, there's a lot of things you can do.
We don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because we don't want to sexually exploit our women. One of the biggest problems that we have, your generation in particular, those younger than you, there's too much focus on the sexual objectification and exploitation of Black women.
Okay, so that's fair, but what if she's actually like, look, I'm being serious now, what if she's actually just so thick?
That's okay. I love my women 5'5" thick in the thighs.
Come on now.
Which
Come on now.
to a curvy queen. That's all I like. But we have to be careful that we don't go so far in our attraction, right? That lust is now being used as a way to lynch our sisters and create an atmosphere where they have been permanently objectified for their sexual attraction.
But we gotta get into some of the hard-hitting questions now. Do you know what a gyat is?
I do not.
Okay, I'll show you some examples. I'm gonna just think of a good example. I mean, like,
Tell me what it is, what?
it's a gyat. It's like a woman with a big butt. So, like, if you see that,
I'm looking at a white woman.
brother, come on. Booty is booty now. Come on.
Real crazy.
Come on, brother.
I'm looking at a white woman.
So, okay. Come on.
No.
So you can't see that and be
You're
like,
gonna pull up some mixed race sisters.
Okay.
But you ain't giving me no snow bunny, no sir.
She mixed with something, I think.
No.
So she's so you can't. I saw you sneaking freak. I saw you sneaking freak. Hey, now he's sneaking freak. I love you. He said.
No disrespect to the Caucasian female.
Okay.
There's a lot of brothers who want them, like yourself.
Yeah.
But I'm not one of them.
My biggest thing, and I've seen you talk about relationships time and time again. Like I said, I'm a Christian. I'm monogamous. And
Your partner.
yes.
What is her race?
Oh, you know.
What is she?
You know I love my queens, brother. Come on now.
Is she black?
Brother, come on.
Is she black?
Come on, brother. You know how I feel.
Say she's black.
Brother, come on.
Why?
We in an all black, we in a black cocktail house.
That don't mean nothing.
We in the number one black.
You just push snow bunnyism like I'm.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I'm gonna explain to you,
black woman.
brother. Come on. I'm not trying to just hand it.
What if instead of having to start your own business, you could become a ChatGPT reseller? You sell ChatGPT.
Is going. The white woman means that the black man is going to be sending his wealth or his money to the white community because it doesn't make sense. As far as the world is concerned, everything.
No, this is an African woman that have problem with Umar's assessment.
That comes out of black is going to be black. It is considered any hairstyle they choose, no matter how straight it is, and yet it will not be considered cultural appropriation. This privilege allows black people to be as racist as they can be, but yet it will not be considered racism. Instead, it will be called prejudice. I'm telling you, this privilege is enjoyed by so many Africans, especially African Americans, and one of the greatest benefactors of this privilege is this man right here. Yeah, this man. His name is Umar Johnson, and he has been a bad boy, a very racist boy. Or maybe I should say a racist man because he's almost 49 to 50 years, I think. Umar Johnson has been spewing hate and division and racism of the highest level, and yet he has gotten away with all of this simply because he is protected by black privilege. Oh, you don't believe me? You think I'm lying, right? Let's take a look at one of his videos.
Ask you a question. You don't think Eminem is one of the best rappers of all time?
He was so fast. Let me repeat his statement. He said, I don't think Eminem is one of the greatest rappers of all times.
According to who?
You, rap fan.
Let me say something to you, and this is going to my African fundamentalism. No non-African can ever be the best of anything African. It is an insult to the ancestors, it is an insult to the race, and it is an insult to every black person. Do you think I can go to Palestine and be the best anything of Palestinian culture? You never see that. You think I can go to Israel and be the best of anything in Israel, whether it be a cook, an instrumentalist, a dancer? Hell no. And we have to stop naming non-African people. Stay with me though, let me finish this. We gotta stop naming non-African people as being the best of any aspect of our cultural product because it is an insult.
We can acknowledge that the talent is the best.
Yes, I can acknowledge Eminem's talent.
We should. But let me tell you,
for you to put him at the top, that's white supremacy. That's white supremacy.
I told you he's racist. He's as racist as can be. Imagine if it was a white man saying those same things he said, but in reverse. He blatantly said, no non-African can be the best of anything African. Like, even if you're really the best at what you do, even if you totally merited your achievements, you still won't be getting a spot on that Hall of Fame because your skin color is not chocolate. Just imagine if a white person said these same things to you as a black person. Let's take this scenario. Assuming you are a Nigerian international student studying in the University of America and you happen to graduate the best student in your class. You come out with the best results and the highest score in your class. Then the University of America tells you that they are sorry they can't award you the best graduating student because you are not white American and that Nigeria did not invent formal education, and it will be an insult on the white community to grant you that position. What do you think would happen? Oh God, the internet will be on fire. The University of America will be shut down because of racism. But this Umar Johnson is saying all these things and nobody is saying anything because he's protected by African privilege. If you think I'm right, then write yes in the comment section, and if you think I'm not, then comment no. Please just do that. I'm trying to check something. Have you done it? Okay. One thing I find very amusing is this man's confidence. If he can't confuse you with his overbearing confidence, he's going to try to deceive you with his loud voice. Imagine how he shouted,
"That's white supremacy!"
White supremacy, even though he's actively preaching and perpetuating black supremacy. And when he said,
"Well, you don't put him at the top,"
I ask, who put Eminem up there as one of the best rappers of our time? Did Bill Clinton put him up there? Was it Joe Biden that put him up there? Was it the Republicans? No, it was the lovers of rap music that gave Eminem the credit for his exceptional talent. And now this man has a problem with the fact that Eminem was recognized for his talent and not just for the color of his skin. Okay, Ginika. Show them the next video.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Umar. Are you totally against interracial relationships?
I am totally against it, and I want to make sure you understand why. We have a name for it, the Snow Bunny Crisis.
Okay.
I'm against the Snow Bunny Crisis, and I want your white listeners to understand. Because people be trying to say stuff like, he's the black Hitler. I'm not the black Hitler. I am in no way interested in hurting or harming the life of any human. White, Asian, Chinese, I believe in respecting everybody. The reason I'm against interracial marriage, Envy and Charlemagne, is because marriage is an economic contract. It's an economic contract. Marriage ain't about love, it's not colorblind, and it is totally economic. So if marriage is an economic unification in a contract, how can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman and to white people who have already taken too much when we got all these black women out here who will never get married? Only one out of every
he's not married
black
to one
women in America will ever taste marriage. And half of them who taste marriage will be divorced within 5 years. If you want to save the black family, if you want to save the black family, you have to protect it. And in order to protect it, you have to be against interracial marriage. You can't say, I love the black family, but I don't have a problem with interracial marriage. Interracial marriage is eliminating the black family because it is not providing our women with enough available and able black men to be their husbands.
So you have to be very cynical and horrible to conclude that marriage is just a business deal. Segregation is racism. And what is more segregational than telling somebody not to fall in love with a person simply because of the skin color of that person? I mean, hundreds of years ago, during the time of slavery, this was exactly what some white people did. White people made laws segregating white people from marrying African Americans. It was totally wrong and inhumane. Fast forward to this day and age, where humanity is thriving and learning from past mistakes. Every race is considered equal, and anyone can marry whomever they choose. Love has no color, and the fact that a black person can fall in love with a white person and vice versa, the fact that an Asian, an Indian, or any race can fall in love with someone from another race is a beautiful thing. In fact, it shows that there is still hope for humanity. This is supposed to make you feel good, seeing how far humanity have come. Black people think that banning people from doing something is racism, yet they turn around and do the same thing and call it prejudice. Oh, this is not racism, this is just prejudice, because you know you can't be racist to white people. Says who? Take a look at what Umar Johnson is saying and then take a look at the meaning of racism. Of course, you can be racist at white people, and that is exactly what Umar Johnson is perpetuating.
How can we, who don't have enough already, give so much to the white woman?
Please don't make African Americans feel inferior or poor by saying they don't have enough. It is you who have refused to be useful to yourself by engaging in a meaningful occupation that does not involve spreading hate and division. Okay, since you didn't marry a white woman, nor are you in a relationship with a white woman, why are you not rich then? Why are you always creating one GoFundMe or another for one imaginary issue or the other, simply because you don't have enough funds to finance your own project? I was thinking you would be rich by now, since you're not in an interracial relationship or marriage. You keep selling division and hate and segregation to the black community, to the hearts of many Africans. In fact, there are uncountable successful black people in America today. Do you think Oprah Winfrey doesn't have enough? What about Steve Harvey and Trevor Noah and Serena Williams and a host of other black African people who are doing well for themselves in the United States of America? In fact, at a point, a black man became the most important man in the whole world and the most powerful man in the whole world, and he did that by becoming the president of the United States of America. In the history of America, there has never been a Latino or an Asian or an Indian or a Swedish or even an English president, but there has been a black president, and you're telling me that black people don't have enough. I don't even want to mention the millions of Nigerian, Ghanaian, Cameroonian, millions of people coming from African land into the US soil and becoming extremely successful, and the audacity of you to say that 1 out of every 4 African women in America will never taste marriage, when you yourself, you're almost 55 years old and you're not even married yourself. You have 2 different women that have given birth to 2 different kids for you. They are not your wives, but your baby mamas. Yet, you are spouting nonsense. You can't even lead by example.
Good point there.
What is stopping you from looking for a beautiful black woman and making an honest woman out of her and starting a family with her? With this, you have stupidly proven that when a black woman dates a black woman, she becomes a baby mama. But when a black woman dates a white man, she becomes a wife. And most importantly, I need this man to explain to me how marrying a white woman means that the black man is going to be sending his wealth or his money to the white community, because it doesn't make sense. As far as the world is concerned, anything that comes out of black is going to be black. It is considered black. If an African person marries a white person, their kid is going to be called black, and the white part of their DNA is going to be totally disregarded. It's going to be thrown out of the window. Chinese people plus black people equals black babies. A union between a Chinese plus black equals black babies. Swedish plus black equals black babies. American, Polish, English, whatever you name it, plus black becomes a black baby. Umar Johnson, please come closer. If biracial kids are still going to be black kids and will become part of the black community, how then can you say that when a black man marries a white woman, his wealth goes to the white community when his own kids are black, even though he's using his wealth and his money to train and feed his kids? People often say that a fool at 40 is a fool forever, but I don't agree with them, because I believe that anybody can become great and successful at any age. I know that you're almost 55 years. I just want to let you know that it is not too late. You can still attain success if only you're willing to discipline yourself and engage in a meaningful career.
Good advice from her. And she's absolutely right. And, he just making himself looking. Now, she's on the continent. And so, it's obviously she's making a lot of sense. She's probably watched some of his videos and know that he has a baby mama. But before I end this stream, I want to do something for the man out there. So you know how you heard recently how the one guy off of Fashion Fit had a child with the woman, and he realized he didn't want the child really by this woman? Well, if Fresh and Fit, well, the one guy would have get some of these, this wouldn't happen. This is called skin. It's similar to like magnet, and when you be intimate with your woman, you can feel when you have intimacy with your woman, and this is something, isn't it? And this is something. It should go a little bit like this. If you don't want child support and you don't want any venereal diseases, get some skin. Okay? If you go, I would think would say maybe you should wait. But most of us is not going to settle down and get married. Some of us ain't going to go by what the original do. But if you slip up and you get with the woman outside of marriage, make sure you have, and you sleep with somebody, make sure you put on one of these. And men have to start being responsible. And I would want to do this. And it's I don't think it's latex, so it will irritate whatever, and you can get it in any size. Put two of these on so the one don't bust. You can't say, oh, that one busted. Oh man, put two on when you rock hard, and get you some skins. And yeah, get you one of these. And this is what men need to start doing. Men, this should be the CCD. Should be something. Start getting these. Start getting a pair of these. I've been wanting to say this because men always complain about child support. When you go overseas or you're in America and you're a single man and you think you, and remember to have these on you. This been doing this since the 80s. So make sure your boy, if you have a friend, get you some of these, and get you, if you well endowed, whatever, they got probably got bigger size for it. But wear you 2 or 3 of these. It's for your protection, and it's for you, and to this way, you won't have to worry about someone being an unwanted pregnancy. So that's for the men out there. It's called skin. I haven't been able to use it, but I thought I saw this in the drugstore, and I said, hey, this is something that men need to start getting back to doing. If you're gonna go outside of marriage and have sexual relationship, this what you need to get. All right then. So that's what I gotta say about that. But anyway, Umar's a character. He's a character, and he was really serious about. He should have got him some skins a long time ago. In other words, he would be backed up in child support. I don't know why with some of these men that they complain about paying child support when you get $6 will cost you $6 to $10 would save you a whole length of time. And put these on until you're ready to get married. You can't wait or practice absence of this. So that should be it. And look at it this way. I'm saying something that probably what the CDC would even say if you're a man. So it's to protect you. So just before I cut this video, I thought I just want to give you that idea. So when you and your boy go out there that night and you're hitting up and you find and seeing a lot, fine looking with a woman, remember, carry you some skins, cause you never know. Keep these in your wallet and keep these on standby just in case. All right then. So I just want to give a little message to that, so you don't end up like Umar and back in child support and whining and complaining that you don't have, you can't afford for your baby mama. All right then. Take care, guys. See you on next video. Until next time. Take care. Be blessed.